Hello and welcome, I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our Norse Rebirth campaign for Crusader Kings 2. So, it's been a few days since I played this last. In fact, we're only about 3 hours prior to the release of this video, so I'm working on a short time frame here. Normally I don't like to be that close up against it, but yeah, it's been kind of a long weekend. Alright, so, the last thing I remember happening was that we had the Holy Roman War for Brunswick was declared. We lost a major battle. I released everything, and now I'm trying to decide if it makes sense to wait just a month or two to try to let some of the levy replenish, or if we should just raise. I think at the very least we wait until next month. We should see this increase slightly. Do we care about our niece being ambitious? It doesn't really matter much. It's supposed to replenish on the first of each month, but I think we can afford to wait at least 1 month. See, now we're at 16k. Looks like maybe it's not replenishing right on the first. I know EU4 does things on the first. CK2, there we go. We're up to 17. That's not bad. He hasn't actually assaulted anything, so why don't we even consider waiting just a little bit longer? If he's not going to assault, I don't really see too much of a downside to allowing that levy to replenish. We're already up 3,000 from the initial value. He just fought something. What was that? Some raiders, probably? Yep, some of our vassals are raiding. And naturally, because we've got the Defending versus Infidels bonus, pretty much everyone loves us. 96 opinion here. We might as well do one little thing here just to make sure he's capped out. He's a king after all, so his opinion does matter. Other than that, we've got a single Thane that is not capped out. We've already gifted him, apparently. What are you upset about, sir? Your title claimant. Interesting. How'd that happen? Okay. Whole strength. Kingdom of Finland's very weak compared to Norway. Interesting. And this guy is actually one of the stronger guys. Okay, I still think we're going to wait. 18k. I mean, sure, he could finish the siege and then he'll get a little bit of war score, but he's not going to get a ticking war score unless he occupies every single holding in the war goal. So we have plenty of time. You know, I think it's important. And I know that I've made a few mistakes in this playthrough, but that doesn't mean I can't give you good advice, right? So I can still make statements like, in general, I think newer players would make the mistake of immediately hiring mercenaries, immediately raising all of your levy, thinking that the war is going to be lost in 3 seconds. No, there's time involved. Hey, sweet, our steward's going to give us 956 gold. And so as long as there's an immediate threat of losing the war, whether you're at negative 99% or you're at negative 20% or positive 80%, it doesn't make any difference. The war ends when the war ends. And he can't enforce demands until negative 100, so we've got plenty of wiggle room right now. Although there is a peasant rebellion. The other thing that's happening is that this levy, or the retinue was down to like 9,000 and it's back up to 12,500. So that's nice. I think we can pretty much ignore that for the moment. Anything he sieges isn't going to be in our territory. Anything that he sieges will end up providing him personally with loot, which then we gain when we banish him. So him sieging our vassal kind of stinks if we let him take the castle. We'll lose a little bit of levy ourselves, but we also get some money. So I'm going to keep waiting until we have nearly a maxed out levy, or until the situation changes. See, now we got two under siege is kind of threatening. Plus, it'd be so easy to snipe that 8 stack. Why don't we wait until this next tick? 22 seems to happen maybe on the 15th. There we go, 23. All right, that's good enough. Let's do it. Now, the other thing is, do we want to hire mercenaries? We have 3,000 ducats, so if we wanted to, why don't we actually raise this army here? We could just throw our levy on there. Sorry, our retinue. I keep calling it the wrong thing. I find it interesting that this province here doesn't have any boats at all. Did we just never build the shipyard? Oh, we didn't raise our personal levy, and apparently our city has no boats. Well, just to prevent that from being a problem in the future, we'll build it for them. We still have some miscellaneous temple guys that are our vassals. Kind of annoying, but we'll keep them. I mean, everyone loves us. We're able to pass whatever laws we want. No real reason to change it. Be nice if we had an actual duke or king over here. This is what? The Kingdom of Lithuania? Maybe we should form that soon. And then I'm surprised that we don't have enough boats for you either. Why do you have no boats? You have 25 boats. Did you raise your boats somewhere else? No, we just have no boats. Alright, well, it's good enough, I think. We got almost everybody. Disband you and you. We will... Yeah, that's annoying. Stand some of those guys down. Let's bring all of you folks to here. Get rid of you. Alright, still playing on speed 2 or 3 while we consolidate. These boats came from you. Ah, interesting, okay. Can disband and re-raise here. It's always important to remember you can re-raise anywhere. That was that final 1300. Alright, so we're playing on speed 2. Something just happened. We'll probably go down to maybe, at most, 60% war score, I think, before we start to swing it back in our favor. And that's okay. Not really worried. We have time to make it right. That should be the last thing, and I'm pretty sure we've got the whole navy, or the whole military. Still playing on speed 2. Very, very slow gameplay. I know. Sorry. Okay, speed 3 now. It's very tactically necessary, though, I think. Okay, all of the boats are going to go to the Gulf of Heligoland. Heligoland. Okay, we might even be able to get in there before this tick takes it down. Nope, looks like he's going to get it within the next 12 days. Damn, it just fell. Oh well, we'll dock in that port since we still occupy. We have these two the city and the bishopric. Although he is reinforcing now. Interesting that he broke off the siege. Why did he do that? In fact, he's even suffering attrition. What a dummy. And we have 42,000 troops on the boats now. Now, the Holy Roman Emperor has an army of 38. We actually have more men than he does. Didn't even hire any mercenaries, all because we were just a little bit patient and let the levy replenish. Now, that army is somewhat scary, so what we'll do is get some really good commanders in charge. Probably do the unyielding guy, the flanker, and sure, the heavy infantry guy. Let's just make sure they don't have any bad traits. See, this guy actually does have bad traits. He's pretty high in martial score, but he's craven. The defender reduces their damage. Despite being a defender, he has trickster, which actually gives him a negative defense score, so he's actually a pretty crappy commander. Let's just go for somebody else. Preferably that has the defense. I really like patient. That 20% defense, so valuable. I think this guy is going to be perfectly acceptable. 28% defense. That's very good. Alright, so we're going to wait until these guys get to Liebeck, just so that we have a little bit more time to blow this 8 stack up, and then we will just show up and kill them all. Are you going to go fight my revolt? I think he is. That's so dumb. Look at that, he's fighting some army of Pomerania. Is that my vassal's army? Not Pomeralia, Pomerania. I don't know why he's fighting that army. Doesn't really matter. Our army is going to be very, very powerful here. So we'll immediately blow this thing up, and then we'll just assault this back. And it's very important we just hop right back on the boat so we can't suffer any attrition. Now, a little known fact is that if your army is docked in port, they will suffer attrition. So it's important that we get out of port. It's like they're not... You can't fight them if they're in port, but they count as being in the province. So just having them on the boats isn't good enough. They actually need to be in a sea zone to be safe. And we have this when you have this large of an army, it's important. Although we do have 37k supply limit there. And surprisingly, he's broken off a 5,000 stack there as well. I think we'll ignore this 10 stack and just go around here. We're going to try to win this war via battles, because occupying his territory is not really going to be that great, I think. We might as well just blow up this rebel fleet, or rebel thing, whatever it is. 42. Hopefully we don't suffer a tick of attrition. He's suffering attrition. It would be amazing if we still had the pagan defensive supply limit bonus, but you know what? Actually, his tech level is what determines that. Military or oh no. Sorry. I was thinking that it was based on whether or not he had Tech 4, but we gave it up when we reformed the religion. So we do have 2-1 here, but I'm pretty sure that the Holy Order's in there. Yep, 3559 heavy cavalry. If we're gonna fight that, we don't want a boat bomb, because the heavy cavalry will, we'll be at half morale, they're at half size, but they'll have the heavy cavalry, so I'd say the advantage would be in their favor. Pretty solid supply limit here, though. I'm pretty sure we could beat him in a straight-up fight if we had full morale, so let's just go here. And our son, our heir, just became a great eminence. Fantastic. We're a strong 15-year-old. Ideal. Cool. So, just the fact that he's not trying to immediately attack our army is a pretty clear indicator that we're stronger than he is. So we will pretend to go to Whirl just to see if it scares him off. It does. Again, very clear indicator that the AI assumes that we are a superior force. We're also not suffering any attrition. Equal supply limit here, so we'll just move one province over, keep the boats out in the Sound. And as we get up closer to full morale, we will then engage him most likely in Wolgast. Assuming it's good terrain, and assuming there's no crossing penalty, looks like we're going to be just fine to engage. Now even more than 2-1. And we'll catch him. So, here comes the Holy Order smashing party. So again, if we take a real close look at this, they're using the harass tactic, which actually really reduces their archer's strength, increases the light cavalry in this flank. So like his light cav are going to be doing quite a bit of damage, 6, which is pretty good in the opening phase. But if you compare it to all of our horrendous number of archers, like 4,000, 5,000 per flank, they're each doing 20, 14, 8, so they're superior. Shield wall tactic gives them extra defense, just tries to push them through to the melee phase. Generic skirmish tactic just means he hasn't chosen anything yet, no bonuses or defense modifiers at all, nothing at all. Right away you can see 18 losses for us, 200 for them, so the archers are doing their job. Morale going down. But they're going to try to get into that melee phase as quick as they can. And it is true that if you run too large of an archer force, that they can get that charge on an undefended flank tactic. It's only available if your archers in a army are like some huge percent, like 50% or more. Fortunately, when you mix in the general levy, even with, as you've seen, I have a pure archer skirmisher retinue. In fact, we can buy one more. There's just no chance. I mean, look at this. We got 14,000 archers, 13,000 heavies. So none of our flanks are going to be in danger of that. And we're only like a couple days into combat here. We've already broken half the morale of the center flank. So when the center flank gets routed, then this one's going to get a 30% flanking bonus as soon as they get to the melee phase. There it is. Or actually, sorry, still skirmish even. 30% bonus there. And if they actually get into the melee phase, then the center flank would get a 270% bonus. Now, this is the only opportunity he has to actually do any damage. We might see the right flank fall. But there's that 270%. And then this one is going to get a... yeah, they're dead. They didn't... Look at that. We lost. I'm amazed at this. Let's go back to a battle. And just get the full pop-up for this one battle. This was a holy order that we just fought. We lost 1,000 men. So, to all the people who keep on asking me, why do you only have archer retinues? They're so weak. Oh my god, like the, you say that the, I complain about how easy it is to beat the peasant rebellions because they're all archers and light infantry. That's true, but this was a Catholic holy order that we just lost, like, what, not even 2% of our army and completely annihilated. Almost, well, not completely, but 15,000. 3/4 of their army dead. 20% war score. We gained 7.7 military points for that. Anyway, that was a pretty good battle. That was pretty sweet. We're actually suffering attrition in Wolgast because of the other army. But we'll go here. Clean up the remaining little bit there. And this is definitely where we are going to... we're not going to let the Kaiser off the hook. After this war, we're going to do a holy... Great Holy War. And take either Germany or whatever it was. Frisia? Yeah, we're going to take Frisia. Back onto the boats. They're now winning the war. We don't get a ticking war score unless we take back that one province that he occupied, so we need to do that. Back up to speed, at least speed 3 while we're winning the war now at this point. His army size is probably down to 20. 14, in fact. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to take a break here, but I think we are well on our way to winning this war and then doing our first Great Holy War. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.